Have you ever caught a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and thought, I don't quite feel like the person I see looking back at me? It's not always about wrinkles or gray hair. Sometimes the biggest reason we look older than we feel has nothing to do with age itself. It's what we're wearing. And here's the thing, clothes should make you feel alive, vibrant, and confident, not invisible or stuck in another decade. Fashion isn't just for the young. In fact, after 60, you have an even greater opportunity to use style to your advantage. You've got life experience, you know what you like, and you've earned the right to dress in a way that celebrates who you are right now, not who you used to be, and certainly not someone society thinks you should be. But I've seen it over and over again. Small wardrobe choices that add years to your appearance without you even realizing it. That's what we're talking about today. Those sneaky little fashion mistakes that can instantly make you look older than you are, and more importantly, how to avoid them. By the time we're done, you'll have a fresh perspective on your wardrobe and a few easy tweaks you can make so your clothes work for you, not against you. Let's start with one of the most common and surprisingly easy to fix mistakes: wearing clothes that don't fit properly. Now, I know the temptation. You find something comfortable and that's it. It becomes your go-to. Maybe it's that roomy sweater or those trousers with an elastic waist you've had for years. Comfort matters, of course it does, but oversized clothing can swallow you up and make you appear shapeless. On the other hand, clothes that are too tight can also age you, because they highlight areas you might prefer to keep understated and can create an overall impression of discomfort. Think about it like this. The right fit is like a good frame for a painting. It brings out the best in what it's surrounding. A well-tailored blazer that skims the shoulders, a pair of trousers that fall straight without clinging, or a blouse that follows your body without suffocating it. These small changes can take years off your appearance. If you're unsure about sizing, try visiting a tailor. Even minor alterations, shortening a hem, nipping in the waist, can make your clothes look like they were made for you. And here's the bonus. Tailored clothing doesn't just make you look younger, it makes you feel more put together. Now, let's talk color. This one's huge. Over time, our skin tone naturally changes. The colors that looked amazing on us in our 30s and 40s might not have the same magic today. Wearing shades that wash you out, like certain beiges, faded pastels, or overly muted tones, can make you look tired and older. Instead, think about colors that bring warmth and light to your face. Jewel tones like emerald, sapphire, and ruby can be incredibly flattering, adding vibrancy without being too bold. Even softer shades can work beautifully as long as they have the right undertone for your skin. A little experiment you can try at home. Stand in front of a mirror in natural light, hold up different colors near your face, and see what happens. If a color makes your eyes look brighter and your skin look healthy, that's your winner. If it makes you look like you need a nap, it's probably not doing you any favors. It's not about throwing out your whole wardrobe, just learning which colors to keep close to your face and which ones to wear in smaller doses. Here's a story to illustrate this. A friend of mine, Susan, always wore beige cardigans because she thought they were safe. One day, I convinced her to try on a teal scarf instead. The moment she put it on, her whole face lit up. She looked rested, glowing, and yes, younger. She laughed and said, "Why didn't anyone tell me this 10 years ago?" Sometimes we don't notice how much color impacts our appearance until we make the switch. And speaking of switches, let's address another subtle aging trap: holding on to outdated styles. This isn't about chasing trends or trying to dress like a teenager. It's about recognizing when a style has had its moment and letting it go. If you've had the same hairstyle, the same cut of jeans, or the same type of jacket for 20 years, it might be time for a refresh. Styles evolve, and wearing something that's decades out of date can send the message that you're stuck in the past, even if you feel youthful inside. Here's the good news. You don't need a total wardrobe overhaul. Updating your look can be as simple as swapping your old straight-leg jeans for a modern slim cut, or replacing that bulky, boxy coat with one that has a bit more shape. If you love classic pieces, keep them, but choose versions with contemporary tailoring or updated fabrics. And if you're unsure where to start, take a quick look at shop windows or online stores aimed at your age group. Notice how the cuts, fabrics, and colors differ from what you've been wearing. You might be surprised at how a few tweaks can modernize your entire look without making you feel like you're trying too hard. The key is to approach it with curiosity rather than pressure. Think of it like redecorating your home. You're not throwing away everything you own. You're just adding a few new touches to keep things fresh. And the same principle applies to your personal style. Before we go any further, if you're enjoying this conversation, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel reach more people like you. And if you want more tips on staying confident, stylish, and happy at any age, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video. All right, now that we've explored the power of fit, color, and updating your style, there's another aspect of dressing after 60 that's just as important, but it's often overlooked, and that's accessories. They can either be your best friend or your worst enemy when it comes to looking fresh and youthful. The right accessories can lift your outfit, draw attention to your best features, and give you that polished, intentional look. But the wrong ones, they can drag your style backward in time. Let's start with jewelry. You might have pieces you've loved for decades, maybe a chunky gold necklace from the 80s or oversized earrings that were all the rage back then. Sentimental value is wonderful, but wearing accessories that are noticeably tied to an old trend can age your whole look. Instead of discarding them entirely, think about mixing them with more modern pieces. That way you keep the memories but give them a fresh context. A vintage brooch on a sleek blazer, for example, can look chic rather than dated. And size matters here too. Extremely large, heavy pieces can weigh you down, while overly tiny, delicate ones can sometimes get lost and fail to make an impact. The sweet spot is choosing accessories that are in proportion to your frame and in harmony with your outfit. A bold necklace paired with a simple neckline can make your face the star of the show. A scarf in a bright, flattering color can instantly brighten your skin and draw attention upward, away from any areas you'd rather not highlight. Now, let's talk shoes. Shoes are like punctuation at the end of a sentence. They finish the outfit and can completely change its tone. But here's where many people over 60 fall into a trap, prioritizing comfort at the cost of style. Don't get me wrong, comfort is essential. Nobody's saying you should be teetering around in 4-inch heels, but there's a big gap between painful footwear and shoes that scream orthopedic clinic. These days, there are so many brands making comfortable shoes that still look modern and stylish. Think sleek loafers, ankle boots with a low block heel, or cushioned sneakers in fresh colors. If you're still wearing the same style of slip-on you've had for 20 years, it might be time for an upgrade. Even the smallest update, like switching to a shoe with a more refined shape, can modernize your whole outfit without sacrificing comfort. And here's something people often forget. Shoes should be in good condition. Worn-out soles, scuffed leather, or faded fabric can make your outfit look tired no matter how nice the rest of it is. A quick polish, a professional cleaning, or even replacing the laces can breathe new life into a favorite pair. Moving on, another sneaky mistake that can add years to your look is ignoring your posture in how you dress. Now, I know posture might not sound like a fashion topic, but think about it. The way clothes hang on your body depends entirely on how you carry yourself. A beautifully tailored jacket won't look right if your shoulders are slouched forward. And it's not just about the look. Good posture communicates energy and confidence, which are two of the most youthful qualities you can project. The good news is that your wardrobe can help support better posture. Structured pieces, like a blazer or a top with a bit of shoulder definition, can subtly encourage you to stand taller. Belts can help you define your waist and create a more lifted silhouette. Even certain shoe choices, like ones with a bit of a heel or arch support, can improve alignment and make you walk more gracefully. It's about choosing clothes that work with your body, not against it. One of my clients once told me she avoided structured jackets because she thought they were too stiff for her age. But when she finally tried one, she was amazed at how it changed the way she carried herself. She stood straighter, her shoulders rolled back, and she felt instantly more confident. That's the kind of transformation we're aiming for. Speaking of transformation, I have to say this: confidence is the most important accessory you can wear. You can have the most perfectly chosen outfit, but if you don't feel good in it, it will show. Part of dressing in a way that makes you look younger is choosing pieces that make you feel younger. Not in a pretending to be 25 way, but in a this is me at my best way. So the next time you're getting dressed, ask yourself, do I feel alive in this outfit? Do I feel like I could walk into a room and own it? If the answer is no, it might be time to tweak something, whether it's the color, the fit, the accessories, or even just the shoes. Sometimes all it takes is swapping one element to completely change the mood. If you've been nodding along and finding these tips helpful, go ahead and click that like button. It really helps more people find this kind of content. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because we've got so many more style and lifestyle tips coming your way. Now, with accessories, shoes, and posture in mind, there's one more area we need to address that has a surprisingly big impact on how youthful or dated you appear, and that's your hairstyle and grooming. You might be wondering why I'm including this in a video about fashion, but the truth is your hair frames your face the same way clothes frame your body. The wrong cut or color can add years to your look, even if your outfit is perfect. One of the most common traps people fall into is keeping the same hairstyle for decades. I get it. It's familiar, it's comfortable, and it's part of your identity. But just like clothing styles, hair trends evolve, and what suited you in your 40s might not be the most flattering choice now. Hair texture changes with age, and so does skin tone, which means the styles and colors that once lit up your face might not have the same effect anymore. Sometimes all it takes is a subtle change, adding soft layers to create movement, lightening the color slightly to brighten your complexion, or experimenting with a new length that frames your face differently. Even something as small as changing your part or adding side-swept bangs can refresh your look without making you feel unrecognizable. And here's a tip I give often. If you're thinking about making a change, start small. Try a lighter highlight, a gentle reshape, or even just styling your hair in a new way for a week or two. See how people respond. Sometimes friends will say, "Wow, you look so refreshed," and that's your sign you're on the right track. Now, beyond hair, grooming also plays a role in keeping your style youthful. Wearing clothes that are clean, pressed, and in good condition seems obvious, but you'd be surprised how often this gets overlooked. Loose threads, missing buttons, faded fabrics, these little details send signals about your energy and attention to yourself. Taking a few minutes to repair or refresh your clothing not only extends its life, but also makes you look more polished and put together. Another subtle mistake: neglecting eyewear. Glasses are one of the most visible accessories you can wear, and yet so many people stick with the same frames for years. Outdated glasses can instantly age your look, while a fresh, modern pair can make you appear more vibrant and stylish. These days, there are so many lightweight, flattering frames that combine comfort with style, whether you prefer bold and colorful or simple and sleek. And here's the thing about all of these tips: fit, color, style updates, accessories, shoes, posture, grooming. They're not about trying to erase your age. They're about celebrating who you are today, in this moment, and making sure the way you present yourself matches the energy you feel inside. When you look good, you carry yourself differently. You smile more. You make eye contact. You walk into a room with a quiet confidence that says, "I'm here and I matter." That's what fashion after 60 should be about, not chasing youth but embracing your own unique presence. I remember meeting a woman in her 70s who had the most striking style. She wore bold, patterned scarves, crisp white shirts, and beautifully tailored trousers. Her hair was silver and perfectly cut into a chic bob, and she had this air of joy about her. When I complimented her, she laughed and said, "Darling, I'm not dressing to look younger. I'm dressing to look alive." And that's it. That's the goal. So as you go through your wardrobe this week, take a fresh look at what you own. Ask yourself, does this make me feel vibrant? Does it flatter my shape and skin tone today, not 10 years ago? Do my accessories, shoes, and hairstyle match the version of me I want to show the world? If the answer is no, it might be time to refresh, replace, or restyle. And remember, this doesn't have to be overwhelming or expensive. You can start small. Add a pop of color with a scarf, try a new pair of glasses, swap an old cardigan for one in a fresher cut. Each little change adds up, And before you know it, your style will reflect the lively, confident person you already are. If this video gave you some ideas and inspiration, give it a thumbs up so more people can find it. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more tips on living your best life at any age. I'd also love to hear from you. What's one small change you've made to your style that made a big difference in how you feel? Share it in the comments so we can all learn from each other. Here's to dressing with joy, confidence, and the courage to be exactly who you are, because the most beautiful thing you can wear at any age is yourself.